here on our morning walk, and there's a little bush here, fairly inconspicuous, and it has tiny little flowers, little tiny, well, let me see if I can get it into the light, show you that. Tiny little flowers, and it's called a spindle tree. And the reason it's called a spindle tree becomes obvious when you see its stalk. Its stalk is ramrod straight, very straight, and it's called a spindle tree because the stalks of the tree were taken and made into spindles for spinning weaves. And so it got its name from what it did in its nature, a spindle tree. And just entertain the dog a second. And it's funny how many things get their names from what they do. And in Wales there's a tradition, isn't there? There's a tradition in Wales of people being given a name because of what they did. Bill the Butcher and John the Forklift and stuff like that. When the church began to expand, it moved out of Jerusalem because of persecution. And they spread all over the Roman world at the time, the known world. And they went to a place called Antioch. Now, later on, one of the church leaders from Jerusalem went up to Antioch and encouraged the church. But he saw that they needed something more, they needed a teacher. And so he went to find a man called Saul, who he knew would be a good teacher. And so we read that Barnabas went to Tarsus to look for Saul. And when he found him, he brought him to Antioch. For a whole year, Barnabas and Saul met with the church and taught great numbers of people. The disciples were called Christians first at Antioch. And so there at Antioch, this new church was first called Christian. Up until then, they'd not had a name, this new group of believers who were following Jesus Christ. But we're recorded there that in a place called Antioch, they were called Christians. Now, why were they called Christians? Because they were Christ's ones. They were followers of Jesus Christ. And so the name reflected what was happening in them. The name reflected what they were. And the same is true today. If you're a Christian, it's not a designation that you put on a passport, though you can put Christian there. That's not really what a Christian is. A Christian is someone who is Christ's one, a follower of Jesus Christ, and becoming every day more and more like Jesus Christ. So if someone was to give you a name, what would they give you the name of? Would they give you the name of Spindle? I hope not. Jones the Butcher? Well, if you're called Jones and you're a butcher, maybe. But the name of Christ's one, a follower of Jesus Christ. And that's what Christians are called to be. And it becomes very obvious in days of difficulty and trial who we trust and who we believe in and who we follow. I commend Jesus Christ to you to be a follower of him. He's not dead, he's alive. He's risen, he's ruling, even in a day like this. And he's calling you to be his, Christ's one. Well, from me and my friend, are you ready for some breakfast? Oh yes. Have a good day. May God bless you and keep you, cause his face to shine upon you and give you peace.